and as you see, we don't have enough. What kind of volume? Bearish volume stuff. I don't have enough bearish volume. It's gonna do what? Bounce. Here's a trade recap of the IWM Bounce. For a bounce, the goal for me is to have stack support. So let's just say you in a put. This is my bearish candle. Let's say you in a put and it's going your way, right? And you're gonna exit or trim before it gets to this point because it could potentially what? Bounce up. What we're doing is we are catching the bounce up or the pullback, whatever it may be. We're catching it to the upside. So we're getting calls so that if it moves in our direction, we are making money. Right, so if it has one support, it could potentially bounce. What if I have two supports? For instance case, I got a pre-market low and an orb low. Because I have two supports, it's going to need more volume or a bigger bearish candle to break through. Now, what if I have three, I have four, I have five? I have five supports, specifically from higher time frames. Now it's going to need a big bearish candle. And if it doesn't have that big bearish candle, then it's going to potentially bounce up. And so for me, I like to have enough space. So you see that right here and right here. There was a lot of space between this, where we caught it at, and the 9 EMA. Because if it is a put, we're catching the bounce / pullback. And we can get our percentage and we can get our money along the way. And if it continues in our direction, basically we caught the bottom of the reversal. Right here, I told you my levels. I said looking for IWM bounce between 598.35 to 598.06. I said 35 because you got pre-market high, the orb low, previous day low, which is that cross, and then the pivot, which I named right here. That's my rationale because I have four different supports. And I typically like for it to come down to closest to the lowest support so that we can get the best feel. Because if I get in right here, yes, it could potentially bounce early and I miss it, that's fine. But I'd rather get filled down here. So cool, we got in. Immediately we were at 25% and we were at 60%, 75%. And I was trimming around this area right here, 75%. Now at that point, I'm playing with house money, meaning I could hold on as long as possible. So at 9/11, we were in runners. We trimmed, we secured gains because it could potentially just be a pullback. But no matter what, if it does cross over to the opposite side of the 9, we caught the bottom of the potential reversal. So now, boom, we in there. I could hold on as long as possible because I was still in profit and I secured majority of my gains and it's not breaking this level, these supports right here. And so now it reversed. And now at this point, we were up 183%. My runners were. There was no reason for me to really get out. Besides, at that point, I was exhausted and I only like being in trades for 15, 20 minutes. So we was in the trade for like 40 minutes, which is way more than I like.